Hi guys, and welcome back to the BAM Famalam.
So, as a lot of you know, we live on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland. We moved here 5 years ago from our home in Kent in the UK. As you can imagine, moving to the Sunshine Coast, we had a lot of expectations as to what life would be like. So today we thought we'd share with you what the reality is like of living here on the sunny coast.
About to leave, already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking, we'll get away to a place where we don't know.
Have this feeling, haven't felt for so long. Took a hold of me and won't let go. I've been sleeping, caught me.
So the first thing we're going to talk about is the weather. Generally, most days here are sunny, they're bright, they're warm. You might get a little bit cold in the winter, but it's nothing compared to what we've had before. When there is a bad weather event, oh, it's really bad.
Yeah, it's very extreme, I'd say.
Yeah.
If you're going to get thunder and lightning, it's a real big show. If you're going to get rain, it comes down in buckets.
Yeah, you end up with flash flooding.
Yeah.
And if you get hail, they're tennis balls.
They're bad.
The bad weather days, there aren't very many of them in all fairness.
Yeah, sometimes you're actually really hoping for rain. Once we had 9 months of no rain and we was just really wanting some rain just
Yeah.
for the garden and stuff like that.
We wanted our grass to be green again. But yeah, so anyway, the weather is generally really beautiful most days. We can't grumble at all, can we?
No. So next we'd like to talk about the Sunshine Coast work life. We find with most employees they love you to sort of still spend more time with your family. They put on a lot more events and things like that.
We have noticed as well with workplaces that can, they often ask you to start earlier and finish earlier, partly so you get to enjoy the rest of your day, but also when you start early you're not so affected by the heat.
Yeah, definitely for the outdoor jobs anyway.
We've noticed that generally among the lifestyle actually, people on the Sunshine Coast seem to go to bed very early but then get up very early. We're kind of midway there at the moment. We're not quite there on the earliness. We struggle with that.
Yeah. 7 o'clock's my time.
Yeah, we're still 7 o'clock people really. But we do get up earlier. It generally is an early lifestyle. The employers seem to want you to spend more time with family and seem to be very family orientated and want you to have a good balance, which is great. But you are expected to work hard.
Yes, very hard.
With regards to food, there are so many local farmers here and the way of thinking here is very health conscious. So generally people on the Sunshine Coast are a lot more health conscious than anywhere we've known before, and so that is reflected in the kind of restaurants that we have. There's a lot more options health food wise.
And there's tons of farmers markets as well around this way. There's a lot of fruit sheds as well.
Food wise, I think the health conscious side of the Sunshine Coast has actually changed our behaviour and the way that we think and what we choose to eat here for the better.
Yeah. So next one we'd like to talk about and let you guys know about is the wildlife. There is a lot, but we just don't look for it all the time.
Yeah, if you went looking, you could find heaps of wildlife. We don't necessarily see kangaroos every day, but if we drove 2 minutes up the road to have a look for them, then we would. But obviously where we're in a residential area, they're not going to hang around so much.
That and with certain animals, they come out at certain times of day. So with the kangaroos, it's normally first thing in the morning and sort of at dusk as well, isn't it?
And possums, we see more of them in the evening.
Yeah, and fruit bats as well. You don't generally see them around about 6 o'clock when the sun's just gone down. If you go up the road to Wantin, you'll see thousands of fruit bats flying around in the sky. It's just there by the hospital. It's breathtaking. A couple of times we've stopped and we've just looked up and just been watching for a good 10-15 minutes.
It's a little bit eerie, but it's still remarkable.
Yeah, because they're so quiet, but there's like thousands of them. It's like a really big black cloud sort of just swooping around the sky.
Yeah. But anyway, so for any of you who don't live here that wonder what it's like, no, we don't see snakes every day. That's what we get asked all the time. We do see a lot of wildlife, but
I'm
not...
now looking.
Just check the floor. It's probably going to be one come around the camera because the camera's hooked up onto a branch, so if there's going to be a snake, it will probably come in front of the screen and the lens. But we don't see everything all the time, but we certainly do see our fair share of wildlife, probably more birds than anything where we live because it is in a more built up area. With activities, there is always plenty to do because the Sunshine Coast is geared around an outdoor lifestyle. So there's plenty of mountains to walk up, there's plenty of walks, bike trails, horse riding trails, obviously the best beaches ever. So there's not a bad beach, and wherever you are on the Sunshine Coast, you're not far from the best beaches that you could possibly go to and surf at.
And they're not overcrowded because there's so much of it. People are easily able to spread out and not be on top of each other.
Yeah, and with regards to activities as well, there's also plenty of organised sports. There's also lots of activities for the children, so there's no shortage of things to do. You just don't have to pay for everything, which is great.
Ching ching.
There's nothing like, you know, climbing to the top of a mountain, making your feet feel like, your legs feel like jelly, and and the views when you get to the top are just out of this world. Well, they're not, they're over the Sunshine Coast, but they're great.
Not out of the world.
They're not out of the world.
In the Sunshine Coast.
Yeah, they're just not like most places in the world. They're amazing. So with regards to housing, there's a lot of beautiful houses on the Sunshine Coast, but I think what you're going for more is the lifestyle that you get by living in these houses here. There's a bit of a housing crisis at the moment, in all fairness, where there's so many people trying to move to the Sunshine Coast and not necessarily enough housing for all of those people. So it has driven the prices up a bit with sales and also with rentals. It's still pretty reasonable compared to a lot of areas, and I think the Sunshine Coast was probably priced a little bit low for what it was beforehand, and now it's just coming up to the same as other areas.
The Sunshine Coast is growing so fast though. Even within the 5 years we've been here, it's growing so quick.
We've seen a lot of houses go up,
Yeah.
a lot of new people move in.
New businesses and everything.
Yeah, and where people in the last year have realised that they don't need to necessarily be in a city because they can work from home, that's made a lot more people move to this kind of area where they've got cheaper housing, everything they could possibly want in a home and lifestyle, and yet they can still earn their money by working from here.
Yeah, and you can live nearer to a beach.
Overall, lifestyle-wise, I think the Sunshine Coast has it all, doesn't it?
Pretty much.
As long as you like warm weather, because if you don't like warm weather, then it's probably not the place for you.
Yes. If you want cold weather, move to Tasmania.
I think we can say 100% that our lifestyle has improved by living here. It's been such a joy to experience everything here, hasn't it?
Yeah, you definitely wake up a lot happier when the sun's shining.
Yeah.
Where if you've got a nice blue sky, driving past the ocean and stuff like that, it's just a joy to go to work then.
You can't grumble about the ocean views here. To drive along the seafront, and I mean occasionally I'll put them on Instagram for you at the BAM Famalam in Australia, and
follow us.
you get to see the beautiful scenes that we get to see on a daily basis. But there's nothing really to grumble about. Occasionally we get some kind of wild weather event or fire, but
The good
that's not an
outweighs the bad, doesn't it?
yeah, that's not an everyday thing, and we live to tell the tale.
That's why we're here.
Winner, winner!
Sunshine Coast dinner.
Yeah, but anyway, so overall we find it to be a healthier, more outdoorsy lifestyle, and we're really enjoying it. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments. Please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next week.
Bye. Yeah?
Yeah, I'm just ahead. I'll have to step back a bit so I'm not just ahead. We moved here 5 years.
Water's coming in.
Oh, my
She's
feet
wearing
just
jeans.
got soaked. I wasn't expecting it to come so high up.
Oh dear. Lucky I wore shorts.
We might have to sheet that bit again. Work. You'll go.
Sorry. Doing the Aussie salute. Bugs. Slim and snag.
And.
Oh, and.
We.
Bless you.
Oh no, it's one of them that's not going to come out.
Sniff.
Okay.
Ready? Okay.
For me to be